Good morning and welcome to MCI News. I am Nagabalora Nataline, bringing to you the news in detail. During the national celebrations of International Women's Day at Butemba College Playground, Chankwanzi District, the ambassador of Sweden to Uganda commended the government of Uganda for its commitment to advancing gender equality and the progress in increasing women's representation in leadership. And in another sector, women under the Forum for Women in Development have decried the rising violence in Uganda's politics. Now, the Media Challenge Initiative is holding the first week of training for their fellowship program in Mcfp. Catherine Nalwanga, our reporter, is live at the scene where she's joined by the new fellows. Catherine, please tell us more about what's happening.
Okay, thank you so much, Lola. Well, it's just a chill morning just right here at Jeffrey Hotel, Makelele Chukoni, as the Media Challenge Fellowship wraps up its first week of the training. This training gathered different journalists from different universities, equipping them with multimedia skills. Let me talk to one of the students to tell us their experience. Yes, your name and what is your experience during the first week of the fellowship?
My name is Kanun Ashraf, and my experience has been just so wide and diverse because I've acquired skills that I never expected to acquire, and so that's it.
Okay, so this is the beginning of your journey. What expectations do you have for the coming weeks of the fellowship?
The fact that the first week has given me so much, I just expect abundant out of it, and I expect to get the best kind of practical skills in the journalism sector.
All right, thank you so much. And there you have it, experience from one of the fellows. We shall continue to bring you the progress of these future media journalists. Naranga Catherine, back to you, Rora.
Thank you so much, Catherine. Now that has been all for our morning news. Update, but stay tuned for the Switch Up show coming up. Have a blessed week and stay safe.
A good morning and welcome to the Switch Up show. I'm live here with Pesh and I'm Emily, and we shall be your hosts today. So, Pesh, how are you? How are you feeling today?
Emily, I feel good. Kind of good. Not feeling so well, but I'll be fine. The fact that it's a Sunday, after the show, I'll maybe go talk to God and connect with God more. Yeah.
So, could you briefly talk about like a new news story that particularly struck your attention in like the past couple of days?
Okay. A story that got my attention was today, actually, as I woke up. I was not feeling so well, but then had to check the Sunday Vision. It had a story about something related to innovations. And this young senior 4 dropout has been able to invent like bike phone chargers. For context, if you are view and you do not know what phone bike chargers are, those are devices that help us charge as you're riding your bicycle. So that
so
was
you
really so good.
Charge and right. Okay,
and they were Chinese are inviting him. Chinese love those things of innovation and being creative. Yeah.
So it's a technology
kind of
story
thing.
that
Yes.
Okay.
So
one story that struck my attention this week is about James Harrison. You know James Harrison?
Yeah, that man with the golden arm, right?
The golden arm man, exactly. So. James Harrison passed away on 17th February this year. But what actually struck my attention is it's not until recently that people have noticed that he passed away.
Yes.
For context, again, James Harrison donated blood. You know, he donated blood to about
1,000
or
young
more,
children.
actually. Yeah. He's a true hero, surely. And I think it was yesterday in the New Vision
that people got to know.
Exactly.
Wow.
So if you didn't know him on a personal level, I won't say personal level, but like if you didn't know him earlier,
as someone
yes.
important in the world, because that's a very, very big impact.
Exactly. So a true hero, yet his headlines, his passing barely made headlines. It's not until, recently that people got to know. And which brings us to an important question, but also the topic that, we are focusing on today. Do we ever truly acknowledge men's contributions? And most importantly, do we ever stop to ask if men are okay?
Honestly, Emily, about men being okay, we usually mind, but then people do not give it so much attention because we've grown up with this like stereotype kind of things whereby men have this social kind of influence that I cannot speak out, I cannot talk, I cannot communicate. People will feel like I'm inferior, I'm not being a man, but I feel like we need to pay attention to them as well.
If there's a men's day or month or week? Is there like
for facts, I know Father's Day. So how about the men that are not fathers?
For the record, there's actually an International Men's Day.
Oh, really?
Yep. But it's also Father's Day.
But how often do we talk about it?
And I think we don't acknowledge men enough. Happy Women's Day, Pesh.
Thank you. I'd even forgotten by the way. Is it because I wasn't celebrated?
So we have a medical expert with us today.
Yeah.
And she's going to be talking about men's mental health.
Yeah.
So I think you'll introduce her, but let's welcome Dr. Ella.
Ella, you're welcome to the Switch Up show. Thank you for always honoring our invitations anytime we make calls. Thank you so much for our question of today, why aren't men seeking for help regarding to their mental health issues?
Well, the failure for men to seek mental health assistance is an interplay of both biological, psychological, and social-cultural factors.
Yes.
Biologically, both men and women do actually face mental health issues, but they express them differently because of biological differences.
True.
Men have a dominant hormone called the testosterone.
Okay.
And this affects how they behave and their mood. Yeah?
Yes.
And this will tell them how to express, how to do all that. So they're not really able to express the way we do.
Wow.
And psychologically,
Yeah.
these men have been they have this belief that they view being vulnerable as weakness. So they cannot really open up and tell you, you know what, Pesh, I'm facing this issue, I'm going through this and all that. And socioculturally, the society has made them believe that they are strong people, they are independent, they're self-sufficient, so they cannot really.
Wow. Which is really not good. Emily, do you think it's a good thing?
No, definitely not.
Because really, sometimes you need to speak up.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Dr. Ella, some key facts that we managed to collect on like men's mental health. Like, of course, it's more common knowledge to you. Men are less likely to seek help for mental health issues than women. The suicide rate for men is significantly higher worldwide. And society often tells men to, man up instead of speaking up. Dr. Ella, what role do you know that we can play to help men in dealing with mental health?
We can create awareness and educate these men that it's a normal thing for them to open up about how they feel. Though the society has created a lot of stigma around it, they are not able to express themselves. And secondly, we can create a support system within our spaces. Like in the employment sector, we can have like employee assistant programs where they can talk to each other and get to share, and they may find out that someone shares an experience with them, and it's easier to talk to someone that has had the same experience with you. So yeah.
I love listening to people with big great minds. So Madam Ella, I would love to have you on this show every day, because every time you speak, I feel like, and hope our viewers really getting something, the men and the women.
And coming in from our viewers, from X,
Yes.
someone has said, and yet men break down the wild acts surprise. Anyway, thank you so much, Dr. Ella, for this insight. Dr. Ella has a TikTok account where she talks about mental health in
Issues.
general, but next month she's going to be focusing on men. This month she was focusing on women. Last month she was focusing on children.
Yes. That's really you're really doing a great job. So people, you can always check out for mostly to the men. If you cannot speak out, if you cannot speak up to anyone, if you cannot open up to anyone, please always at least visit. We've brought to you Ella. Always visit these people that talk about mental health. You could be motivated. You could be out of that comfort zone of like not wanting to open up to people. Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in today morning. I've been your host, Emily, and
Pesh, thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you for the engagement. Thank you for the social media engagement, for the calls. Yeah, thank you.
feel free to follow us on our social media platforms on X, Instagram, and TikTok at the Switch Up Show. And you can send a message on our WhatsApp number 07-014-67-066 stroke. Call us on 041-567-066. Thank you. Have a lovely morning.
Thank you so much.